So I was thinking maybe tomorrow or day after we can do it.
Yeah, we can try. Just turn the camera off, Nikhil. Nikhil's calling. Hello, hey, Nikhil.
Hey guys, we're here to talk about our new song from the film I Love You, which was directed by the very cool Nikhil Majan. Our song is called Ye Nazar, beautifully sung by Adnan Sami.
Hey, how you doing?
He actually invited us over to his home to have a little chat about it.
So, Adnan, it's amazing to be here at your
Wonderful to have you here.
at your wonderful home. And when we thought of the singer for Ye Nazar, there's only one person that came to mind, and it had to be you.
Oh, thank you. It had to be you.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. Bye.
Oh god, I don't like that look. What happened? What did he say?
Essentially, he's bounced it.
Aww.
Throughout the film, like especially the first half, he's adding all these old Hindi songs, right? So
Yeah.
for this situation, it's going to be right in the middle of that. So it needs to sound like it's from another time. At the same time, it should also work in the album as a modern
Yeah,
song
obviously.
sonically.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just heat up my food.
Yeah, go for it.
Then back.
In this situation, and we realize that the best friend is the one who's actually trapped her, and he's been in love with her and he's stalking her. So this song actually visually is very dark because it's completely showing us what he's done.
For all of you watching, Nikhil Majan is the director of I Love You. It's a thriller. We've just got a brief after he's completely bounced a song idea that we presented him. This one is going to be nostalgic yet modern. It needs to feel like it's come from another time, but it still has to make sense for a listener from 2023.
I'm just heating up my food.
Hey, I'm a BTS guy. I need to be everywhere and nowhere.
When Nikhil spoke to us about what he wanted the song to be about, the kind of vibe that he wanted for it, nostalgic, at the same time modern, we couldn't think of a better person to do that than you.
That's so sweet of you. It's such a beautiful melodic song. It's so nice to hear something so rich and beautiful and so intimate, especially these days. I know that you got that brief. As composers, you know, we all get these briefs and then we have to go into our own selves to sort of find the tune or find the composition. How did you come up with it?
You happen to have a microwave around, close by?
Oh, I've got many microwaves. Tell me.
So the story goes that while I was heating up my food at the studio, I just came up with these lines, which was just a thought in my head. I just see what you think.
Okay.
Da 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 na na da da na 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 na.
And I was like, this is really cool. Let's not overthink it. Let's just call Nikhil right now. He heard it. He was like, it's brilliant.
That's fascinating because, you know, I think it's fair to also give credit to Nikhil. We as musicians, when we compose something absolutely raw, in our head, there are 20 instruments playing. Because we know where we're going to take it. But the point here is that he was able to see that it's a beautiful melody. As you know, I really enjoyed singing it.
Melodically, we wanted it to be really simple. Something that is very old school, something very vintage, you know, kind of like the music that your parents grew up with.
I was thinking about Frank Sinatra, I was thinking of Dean Martin, and then I was thinking of Kishore Kumar, the old Kishore Kumar, Chalti Ka Naam Gaadi and, you know, Half Ticket and all that kind of stuff. Keeping that as a reference point, it's very important for you to bring in your own characteristic. I think we had a great time in the studio. I've always felt that if you're having fun doing something, 99% of the time it will reflect in the work because there's a lot of love in it. I know. There were times when you would say that, all right, okay, fine, one take is fine, this one is fine. And I would turn around, nahi yaar, ek aur karte hain. I didn't want it to finish.
Super. Now I can use your first line.
Razi bhi hu main.
But this was nice.
This also in itself it was.
Yeah, this was lovely. Like, no, let me just do this one more time.
Yeah.
I have something in my head that I want
Yeah, that's because I genuinely felt as much ownership in it. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to sing it. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the Antara, we sort of open up.
Yeah.
Right? Because obviously the notes also go up and all that. But over here, it's like,
The film, as you know, is a suspense thriller. So the audience is filled with all these tense emotions, completely stressed out, edge of your seat kind of sounds happening. And then in the middle of everything, you have this romantic song.
First line was very nice. First line is good.
Yeah, first line is perfect.
And then punch out after that.
Yeah.
When as an audience you're actually on the edge of your seat for so long, the song comes as a relief, but at the same time I think we managed to give it a little cat and mouse element. If you look at the storyline, the protagonist and the woman that he's in love with, there's a cat and mouse element throughout the film as well, and I think the song managed to capture that. When you think of the instrumentation, it's got a little bit of that air of mystery, but yet it feels very romantic, very 50s jazz, that kind of sound.
The expression is nicer.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I just felt that it needed to be a little bit more. Je ne sais quoi.
It's not as if the song comes with a list of do's and don'ts. I understood that this is a song that has to be a blend between nostalgia and today. I was very clear the people listening to it are of today's generation.
Yes.
I wanted it to be something that is very much today. Having said that, I'm reminded of a quote that James Horner made. He was asked, how did you make the music for Titanic? He said, I had a massive problem. Now the premise and the setting of this movie is 1912. I have to create a song appropriate for 1912, but it's going to be listened to by the audience of today. I have to somewhere bridge the gap. This is a very similar kind of a zone, that old school, but in a modern setting. Everything has to correspond with that, including the rendition. Now that I've made it nice and difficult, it was a very difficult thing for me to do. Because, it's very complicated, We do these things. That's why we're professionals.
Exactly.
We're damn good at this. Don't try this at home. I'm a professional. It's amazing how much we can bullshit about our art.
Such a challenge.
Such a challenge.
All right, anyone who knows Adnan knows that every time you're around him, it's like full entertainment, like 24/7. So this session was no different. We were in splits all the time, rolling on the floor in laughter. Never a serious moment. Did Adnan get back to you about the song? Does he like it? And most importantly, was the key okay? Because we sent him 2 different options.
Yeah, he loves the song. He loves it. Yeah. Regarding the key, you know what he sent me?
What?
This is what he said.
Classic Adnan.
While we are talking about doing modern music, it's such a cool thing that retro music from the 80s and all that is getting so popular now, even on the international front.
True.
And even back home.
Yeah.
You're seeing so much of that happen, and that's creating an amalgamation where, music of today has a bit of both. It has that soul.
Yeah.
Because for a time, I felt that soul had kind of got lost.
Yeah.
And it's really nice that we're able to compose now in this genre where we're supposed to bring that flavor back to people, audiences who have never kind of experienced it firsthand.
Yeah. So I can do another one.
If you want it slightly softer, you want to
I
try
can do
one?
it.
That's a
I can do another one. I won't throw any tantrum. Arrangements and production are like fashions.
Yeah.
They keep changing. But one thing that remains classic is melody.
Yeah.
Melodies will always be king, and that's where the soul comes in. At the end of the day, my ultimate litmus test for a good composition is, can I hum it? It needs to be melodic to the point where it just sticks in your head. And that was one of the first things that I felt in this song. It was very easy to remember, which is the most important thing.
What are the building blocks of a song? Harmony and rhythm. So the harmonic progression has to be really simple, and it has to be really old school, really vintage, something that is really from another time. This gets a little over the top in terms of the sarcasm.
Okay. Khud hi haar jaun.
Yeah, just this much.
Got it. Baazi jo lagao, khud hi haar jaun.
Also, I think it was really cool that we got to have M1 and M2, Music 1, Music 2 in this song, because again, it just really adds to the authenticity of making it sound like an old nostalgic tune. So we wanted to also create lines in M1, M2 that were really memorable, just like the old Hindi songs that our parents used to sing and that we know of. We can do a string section.
Okay.
Something like that.
Like a spiccato line.
Like, yeah, over the...
Okay.
Nice.
That's quite cool.
have live instruments also
Yeah.
in the song, which was a real treat because you don't get to hear that anymore these
Yeah,
days.
you know, this is really.
We don't get to do it anymore.
I agree with you, and that's
music.
also a little sad because the point is that, you know, when you have a live musician play, they are translating, they're bringing their soul into that instrument. I mean, today we live in a world where AI is taking over, and you've got all kinds of, you know, samplers, and you've got all kinds of things like that. But the point
I'm waiting
is,
to see the AI version of Adnan Sami.
when you hear the person playing it live, there's a certain imperfection in every note.
The human
element, you know.
You've got a little bit of their soul.
Yeah,
You're listening
absolutely,
to a little bit
absolutely.
of
So just imagine
You
the
can't
amount-
replicate that.
Bilkul. Yeah, and it was nice to have two antras, you know.
Yeah, where do you get that anymore?
And you don't get that. I mean, there was a time when there used to be 3-4 antras in a song, down to 2, and then 1. Nowadays, many a time they just have the mukhra. I think the next time they're just gonna have the intro, like prang, bas ho gaya gana. You know?
Next.
Next.
Lovely.
I love to joke around and enjoy myself, but I've had more than my share of grief. There's some people who don't know about it, and they'll turn around and say, "Sir, आप तो इतनी jolly है, ये दर्द कहाँ से आता है आपके आवाज में?" मैं कहा, "बेटा बैठ जा, मैं अभी तुझे बता दूँ कि वो दर्द कहाँ से आता है."
हार जाओ ना, वो मतलब it's more of a हंसते हंसते हारना. मतलब
हाँ, I think it needs to be a little sad, जो मैं पहले कर रहा था.
Yeah.
मुझे sad हो गया. मैं तो sad हो जाता हूँ उसमें. Sad हो
वो
गया.
हार के जीतने वाला बाजीगर है.
You want inspiration, you want a singer to bring, you know, that performance that is inspirational, and that's exactly what you did.
Well, thank you so much. Music is a action reaction. The music in itself was one that spoke to me, you know, and that's where the communication began. And then we started talking in music. Chats come and go, but melody stays.
Hey guys, I'm Bianca Gomes.
I'm Clinton Sureo. We are Shore Police.
And I'm Adnan Sami.
We've just collaborated with Adnan on a song from the film I Love You. It's called Ye Nazar.
So guys, head down to YouTube or your favorite streaming platforms and check it out.
And if you're not satisfied after all this bullshit, then there's no point in doing anything more, because I think you need to listen to this song. It's gorgeous.
Check it out!
Check it out, check it out.